FC Copenhagen and Galatasaray currently. Those two, of course, level on points. Both of them with everything to play for. To finish goalless in both games, incidentally. And it will be FC Copenhagen taking that second spot and going through to the knockout stages of the Champions League. Galatasaray ending up in the Europa League. And Manchester United with no European football in the new year. And coming forward again here, the host, though, on the left-hand side with Luke Shaw. Plays it back to Rafa Varane on the halfway line. Harry Maguire now has it in the centre circle, gives it to Amrabat. And Amrabat to Varane. Varane forward again, and Garnacho gets away from Mazraoui. He has the ball taken off him by Coman. And then there's a foul by Luke Shaw on Mazraoui. It will be a free kick to Bayern Munich, which has been taken quickly by Harry Kane just inside his own half. And pings the ball out to the left-hand side for Leroy Sané. And now it's with Goretzka, just inside the Bayern half. He gives it back to Kim Min-jae and then Upamecano. Under no real pressure from the Manchester United forward players. Kim Min-jae and taking the ball past Højlund and then checks back on the halfway line and plays a long ball back to Manuel Neuer. Once again, Bayern building down the right hand side with Mazraoui, who finds Coman, who loses possession of the ball and then tries to take it back off Luke Shaw. Varane has it now. Back with Onana. The Manchester United goalkeeper plays a short ball forward to Harry Maguire. And Maguire with the ball to Dalot. Dalot forward to Amrabat, who can't keep hold of it. Højlund comes to help him out and take the ball forward for Manchester United, gives it to Anthony on the right hand side, who skips past his man brilliantly and still going down the touchline up against Goretzka, who is beaten by Anthony, who is shoved off the ball, and the referee says it was a fair challenge and it is nothing more than a goal kick to Bayern Munich. And Anthony there showing great skill on the right hand side. He nutmegged Kim Min-jae and then was able to take on Goretzka, who just did enough to force Anthony out of play. Didn't really make much of a challenge. Anthony just kind of lost his balance as he tried to get past Goretzka on the byline. The ball clipped forward and it's been headed towards the Bayern Munich penalty area by Dalot and then picked up by Kimmich. And the little flick is a really good one from Sané, who finds Musiala, looking for support now, gets it from Davis, and now it's with Sané again, plays the ball just behind Kane, but picks out Coman. Coman with a nice ball into Mazraoui. Mazraoui into the penalty area, right to the byline, has his attempted low cross blocked by Luke Shaw, and now Garnacho comes away for Manchester United, skips past one challenge, but Harry Kane tracking back to win it for Bayern Munich. And now it's with the visiting side, and Kim Min-jae just inside his half finds Kimmich, who is fouled on the halfway line. And Bayern Munich quick to get the game going once more. Going down the right hand side again with Mazraoui. Mazraoui to Goretzka. And now it is with Upamecano and Kim Min-jae. Keeping possession well here by Munich. And Kim Min-jae now once again finding Kimmich. And Kimmich gives it to Upamecano, plays it forward for Coman, plays it back to Kane. Kane's pass is blocked and the ball balloons up into the air and is eventually won back by Bayern Munich. You would expect to have a lot of possession this evening. It's going to have to be a very disciplined performance from Manchester United defensively, you would imagine, and that has not been their strong point in the Champions League so far this season. As the ball falls to Musiala, skips past a couple of players brilliantly and then finds Coman, edge of the penalty area, looking at his options, finds Kane, who hits it first time. Not enough power in the shot. It was heading towards the bottom corner, but comfortable enough for Onana, who makes the save. A lovely build-up play from Bayern Munich. Really well worked. Kane striking it first time, edge of the penalty area, cross goal. And comfortable for Andre Onana, who gathers. As the ball is played forward again by Manchester United, and Højlund going to ground, but once more the referee is happy just to wave play on. Still goalless, incidentally, in that game between Copenhagen and Galatasaray. That's the one that the Manchester United fans will be keeping an eye on in particular. They need their side to hold up their end of the bargain first. And Manchester United at the moment not getting too many touches of the ball. A couple of promising moments down the right hand side with Antony, who's looked lively in these early stages. Meccano has it at the moment for Bayern Munich, and no real pressure on him. He's able to turn away as Bruno Fernandes approaches him, and just knocks the ball casually back to Manuel Neuer. Musiala now picks it up well on the halfway line, turns away from his man McTominay and gives it to Meccano, and holds it up again on the halfway line, gives it to Kimmich. He's got Mazraoui making a run down the right hand side, plays it into Kane, and then Kane slips it through to Mazraoui. Took a deflection but found the fullback anyway, and Mazraoui's cross, which was right on the edge of the 6-yard box, doesn't find a Bayern player, and then there's a foul by Alphonso Davies in the corner, and it will be a free kick to Manchester United. Good build-up play again from Bayern Munich. Lovely ball down the wing from Harry Kane. His pass was semi-interrupted by Garnacho. It got a touch off the Manchester United player, but didn't really make a big difference on the through ball. And still found Mazraoui, put the ball across the 6-yard box, and no one was there to tap it in. The early signs here for Bayern Munich are pretty promising. Manchester United, so far, haven't really asked any questions of this Bayern defence, and Goretzka's picked the ball up and is carrying it over the halfway line now before holding it up for Musiala, then Kimmich. And now Goretzka again. He's got Davies out to the left hand side, and he finds him, Alphonso Davies, looking to take on Dalot. And then Sané with a little back heel into the path of Kimmich, who plays it first time to the right for Coman, who crosses into the penalty area. Kane was lurking, didn't reach him. It's going to come to Alphonso Davies. His shot is deflected, headed away by Varane, and just about cleared by Manchester United, who really are under pressure as the ball makes its way to Kimmich. Kimmich fires from distance on target, but it bounces into the arms of Onana. Comfortable again for the Manchester United goalkeeper. But once more, Bayern looking dangerous, looking lively. And it remains goalless with just over 13 minutes played. As Onana finds Varane, who immediately returns it to his goalkeeper on the edge of the penalty area. Varane then leaves it for Harry Maguire. And edges forward, and then hits a right-footed pass out towards Antony. It's just a little bit too much on it. Antony kept it in play, but that's all he could do. Bayern have given it away though, and it's with Antony once more, who's got Dalot out on his right-hand side. Finds McTominay instead, who does find Dalot. Now it's with Antony, taking on Goretzka, who wins the challenge, and finds Musiala, who nutmegs Dalot. And then wins, no, he doesn't win a throw, and it goes the other way. Manchester United get the throw on the right-hand side, just inside the Bayern half. Picked up by Maguire. And finds Varane. And Varane it back to Harry Maguire. And now it's with Amrabat in the centre circle. Leaves it for Maguire again. Fernandes then with the ball out wide. And Dalot wins Manchester United a throw. Ball back with Harry Maguire. Just inside the Manchester United half. Right-footed ball out to Luke Shaw on the left. Højlund does well to hold off the challenge of Mazraoui. As it's played forward again towards Højlund. Taking on Upamecano, just too strong for the young Manchester United striker. And now it's with Kimmich. Upamecano forward now. Kane with a little layoff for Mazraoui on the halfway line. Just over a quarter of an hour played. Goalless at Old Trafford. Goalless in Copenhagen as well. Forward again by Mazraoui. As Kane picks it up and gives it to Upamecano. And plays it all the way back for Manuel Neuer. Upamecano then playing it across to the left-hand side for Kim Min-jae, forward to Musiala, who turns really well, gets away from Maguire, and then Goretzka plays it out wide to Alphonso Davies. And Davies now finding Musiala. Bruno Fernandes trying to close him down. Musiala gets it out wide to Leroy Sané. Now with Musiala again, skips past the challenge of Harry Maguire. He goes down. The referee says no penalty straight away, waving away those protests. Musiala has stayed down, holding his ankle. No doubt there'll be a check here as Bruno Fernandes puts the ball out of play. And Jamal Musiala holding on to his ankle. Felt that he was fouled here by Harry Maguire. And the replay showing really that Harry Maguire did nothing but stand his ground, and then Musiala just went over his standing leg. There won't be a penalty for this. And the check is complete. No penalty, the call. Tuchel is looking unhappy on the sidelines. Presumably he disagrees with the call there, but it certainly didn't look like a challenge at all from Harry Maguire. Musiala went looking for the contact. Certainly the video assistant referee not in any mood to send the referee to have another look at that as Amrabat plays it out to the right-hand side. Alphonso Davies intercepts and then bursts forward looking for Leroy Sané. Maguire coming across and makes a crucial challenge because Sané would have been through on goal had he mistimed that one. And now McTominay and Antony linking up well down the right-hand side. McTominay with the ball back in towards Antony, who does well to hold off the challenge of Kimmich and then lays it off for Fernandes, who slips it through to Højlund, and Kim Min-jae makes the tackle. And the ball runs through for Manuel Neuer. And really nicely done. For Manchester United, it was just lacking that final pass. As Manchester United win the ball back again, deep inside the Bayern half, but have to settle. I thought they were going to settle for a throw. In fact, a free kick has been given to Bayern Munich. Fouled by McTominay on Goretzka. And Manuel Neuer has the ball here. Manchester United winning it back. And the ball is returned to Andre Onana. Picked up by Garnacho now on the left-hand side for Manchester United. Played back to Onana again. 20 minutes gone. And still no goals. In this crucial Champions League game, only a win gives Manchester United any kind of opportunity to qualify for the knockout stages of the Champions League. It's Varane carrying the ball forward now for Manchester United. Manchester United do win a throw in deep inside the Bayern half. It'll be taken by Luke Shaw. Still with Manchester United here as Dalot clips the ball forward. Kim Min-jae intercepting. Exchanging passes with Alphonso Davies under pressure from Anthony, but Davies skips past him and starts flying down the left-hand wing and picks out Musiala. Musiala carrying it forward and finds Kane. He's got Mazraoui making a run ahead of him. He goes out to the right for Coman instead. Coman back to Kimmich, who looks for the cross. And then Musiala was coming in at the back post. It's been headed away by Manchester United and picked up by Sané, down by the corner flag on the left-hand side. And Bayern can build again. Back to Davies. Now with Kim Min-jae, forward to Upamecano, edge of the centre circle inside the Manchester United half. Upamecano picks it up again and plays it forward for Coman. Coman then finds Mazraoui and plays it back for Upamecano. And now Kimmich. Cross to the left-hand side for Kim Min-jae, takes it over the halfway line. Finds Davies. Davies back again to Kim. And plays it all the way back to Manuel Neuer as we approach the midway point in the first half. Played forward for Kane, who immediately turns and plays a long ball forward, which doesn't find Musiala, the intended target. And Manchester United can build again now with Amrabat in the centre circle. Gives it to Luke Shaw. And Shaw pulls onto it well before playing it back to Varane, just inside the United half. Edges over the halfway line and then plays it back to Amrabat again, forward to Fernandes. Fernandes with the ball out to the right-hand side. And Fernandes then plays it forward for Anthony. And Anthony back to Bruno Fernandes again. Finds Luke Shaw. Shaw lining up the shot, goes for goal and punched away by Neuer behind for a corner. First real shot on target, first real shot of the game, in fact, from Manchester United. And Luke Shaw's effort, plenty of power, straight at the goalkeeper who took no chances. Punching that over the bar for a corner. Corner comes in from the left-hand side, headed away. And then back to Luke Shaw. And Shaw unable to find Garnacho. And there's a little bit of a coming together between Garnacho and Kingsley Coman. And Bruno Fernandes and Harry Kane getting involved. Upamecano not happy either. I think the feeling is that Garnacho may have just shoved Kingsley Coman into the advertising boards around the side of the pitch, and the referee is now just speaking to the Manchester United player. As the ball ran out of play, there's certainly a little tug on the shoulder from Garnacho, throws Coman backwards and he collides with the boards. It's certainly something that could have been a little worse for Kingsley Coman. You can see why he was unhappy about it. ball forward now for Manchester United, but straight out of play for a throw. Bayern Munich, they have already won this group, but they will want to go out on a high here in this group stage. Not to mention responding to the defeat at the weekend. Something both teams are looking to do here. At the moment, it is still goalless in Copenhagen. So Manchester United would go into second place with a goal here. So it's pretty finely poised. The next goal in either of the games really changes the complexion of the group table. So much at stake here, with three teams all chasing that second spot. Sane carries it forward for Bayern into the penalty area, went a long way, and then it almost fell for Musiala. There's a brilliant bit of defending, last ditch from Harry Maguire and Rafa Varane combining to keep it out. It's a brilliant 1-2 between Musiala and Sane, who burst into the penalty area. And actually it's Dalot coming back across to make the ultimate block to deny Musiala. He actually gets there just ahead of the Bayern player and clears it out for a corner. But what a run by Leroy Sane. A big opportunity still from a set piece. The corner is taken short and comes back to Sane. Now it's with Musiala, edge of the penalty area, floats it up to the back post. Harry Kane backtracking, trying to win the header, just goes over his head and out for a goal kick to Manchester United. In the Champions League this evening, one group already decided, with Arsenal progressing as winners from Group B. Drew with Lens this evening. Drew with PSV, I should say. Lens beating Sevilla by 2-1, which means they take third spot in Group B, behind PSV Eindhoven, who move into the knockout stages of the Champions League, along with Arsenal. Manchester United here, still goalless against Bayern Munich at Old Trafford. They need the win to stand a chance. At the moment, a win would be enough. As the ball is played to Bruno Fernandes and then Harry Maguire. Maguire again, plays a long ball out to the left hand side now for Garnacho, beaten to it by Mazraoui, who's been impressive so far in this first half. Ball played back to Neuer by Upamecano. He finds Kimmich under pressure from Fernandes. It's the play back to Upamecano again, right on the byline. His pass is intercepted. It's on a play for a throw into Bayern Munich, and Mazraoui gives it away as Fernandes heads the ball for Anthony to chase. He's going to be beaten to it by Alphonso Davies, who plays it forward. Dalot has to turn and get the better of Leroy Sane. There is certainly plenty of pace down that left hand side. Harry Maguire has it now for Manchester United. Played out to the left for Garnacho. Now it's with Fernandes, midway inside the Bayern half. There's a rather clumsy challenge from Leroy Sane and McTominay. And Manchester United have a free kick in a pretty good position. McTominay now back on his feet. The other groups tonight, incidentally, in the Champions League. Napoli trying to secure their place in the knockout rounds. 3 points clear of Braga heading into tonight's game against Braga, so a draw for them would be enough. Currently they are leading in that game by a goal to nil, so it looks like Bayern will be joining Real Madrid from Group C, certainly as things stand. In Group D, Real Sociedad and Inter, who face up off today, are both already qualified. So they're just fighting it out for top spot in the group. Sociedad holding that position at the moment after a 1-1 draw at home against Inter in the first leg. So the result of that game will determine who wins that group, who goes through as group winners, and who takes second spot. So it really is this group where there is so much more at stake tonight. And Kingsley Coman is carrying the ball forward for Bayern Munich and gets the cross in towards Sané, who lifts it over the defender, and it's then cleared away by Manchester United. One back by Coman, down by the corner flag, taking on Luke Shaw. He's managed to hold on to it and gives it to Mazraoui. He tries to take on Garnacho, goes to the ground. Nothing given by the referee as Kimmich sends in a cross. Maguire gets his head to it. Sané controls it inside the penalty area, and Anthony gets back and makes the challenge and gets the ball out of play via a little touch from Sané. It'll be a throw into Manchester United. And Leroy Sané almost converting a really good chance after the cross from Kimmich. Just didn't get enough contact on the ball and couldn't quite push it towards goal. And a real opening there for the visiting side. Manchester United survive. They do need a heroic performance this evening, but could also really do with a little bit of good fortune as well. Shaw wins a header, and Varane tidies up, gives the ball to Harry Maguire, and clears it long. A header from Upamecano, struck Kim Min-jae, looked like it possibly hit him on the arm. Edge of the penalty area, would have been pretty much accidental, and may have been just outside the box anyway. As Upamecano trying to head the ball away, and as he did, Kim Min-jae was running back towards his own goal. Does make full contact with the ball with his hand. It's outside the penalty area though, so no chance of a penalty anyway. That is what will be checked. I don't think handball was going to be given in that sort of situation anyway. It would have been interesting had this been inside the box, but he's just outside Kim Min-jae when that ball strikes his arm. That is a little bit of a let-off for Bayern Munich, as Varane now hits a long ball from the centre circle out to the right-hand side, just too long for Anthony, and it will be a throw-in to Bayern Munich. Varane picks the ball up and gives it to Fernandes, who plays it back to Maguire. Manchester United can come again here, but Anthony miscontrolling. The ball runs out of play for a throw. Kim Min-jae now playing the ball back to Manuel Neuer. Plays it out to Mazraoui. Mazraoui taking on Garnacho, who's putting him under pressure. Mazraoui does really well to come away with the ball and plays it infield to Musiala. And now it's with Goretzka, who quickly releases Alphonso Davies. He has Sané in support, gives it to Musiala. Musiala back for Kimmich. Central position here. about 10 yards or so outside of the Manchester United penalty area. Now it's with Coleman. Up on the right-hand side, looking for space to cross. Luke Shaw keeping a close eye on him and preventing him from doing so. Now it's with Mazraoui and Kimmich. He gives it to Kim Min-jae. Still with Bayern as Sane takes on Dalot, tries to get a foot on the ball. It's going to come to Goretzka, couldn't quite return the ball to Sane. Now it's with Kane. Kane to Coman. Coman with a low cross, deflects up and into the arms of Onana. And it remains goalless at Old Trafford with 10 minutes to go in the first half. Shaw now finding Bruno Fernandes. Now it's with McTominay. Back with Varane. Inside the centre circle. Gives it to McTominay. Forward then by Dalot. Cut out by Kim Min-jae. Back by Alphonso Davies, who skips past McTominay. And then Harry Maguire runs the ball out of play deliberately because he's pulled up with what looks like an injury. And this is a real blow for Manchester United. I think Harry Maguire's night might be over. He suddenly stopped and just let the ball roll out of play. It looks like it's a thigh or a groin issue. Came out with the ball, carried it on, and suddenly found himself in a lot of pain. That is not good for Manchester United. And Johnny Evans has just started warming up. So Harry Maguire is being attended to. That is a massive, massive blow for Manchester United. And just judging by the way that Harry Maguire stopped, seems unlikely that he's going to be able to carry on here. Not what Erik ten Hag needs at the moment. He was able to bring back Rafa Varane. For tonight's game. His first start since November, since early November, over a month since he was last in the starting 11. They do have Johnny Evans, of course, plenty of experience, but in an ideal world, perhaps not the player they would want on these big nights. Real concern for Manchester United here, who have got the game back underway. They haven't made the change yet. Amrabat is currently just dropping back to fill in for Maguire. They're currently playing with 10 men. As Koeman heads it forward, and then Fernandes up towards Højlund. And then Shaw. And then Onana. One ball forward. Bayern deal with it, but it's come back to Varane. And Maguire back on the field of play, does get a touch and then has to put it out straight away again. His night is over. And Johnny Evans is ready to come on. A surprise return to Manchester United. But a player that they know they can rely on. Huge experience. Maguire taken off with 5 minutes to go in the first half. That is a massive blow for Manchester United. A big game in the Premier League at the weekend against West Ham, but obviously this one is more pressing at the moment. Just want to negotiate the next few minutes here. Can maybe come up with another plan at half time. It was really the only option on the bench for Erik Ten Hag. Does have some defensive players on there, Wan-Bissaka and Reguilon. Could have brought Reguilon back in, I suppose, and put Shaw back in the centre-back position. And maybe Evans, with his experience at playing in that position, was the better option in Ten Hag's mind, as Manchester United win the ball back on the edge of the Bayern Munich penalty area with Antony. There's good pressing from Højlund there to regain possession. Antony dancing around the ball to try and get the better of Alphonso Davies, wasn't really able to get past him. Kane carrying it forward now and plays a lovely ball down the right hand side, and Shaw may be beaten to this by Coman, and he is, and Coman turns him brilliantly inside the penalty area now. Coman looking to lay it off for Kane. It's intercepted by McTominay. It's a crucial challenge, and now Garnacho can break down the left hand side for Manchester United, and he is getting away from Mazraoui and carrying the ball all the way. Garnacho, and then Upamecano comes across and makes a really good tackle and takes the ball off him cleanly and gets Bayern Munich moving again as Sane picks it up inside the centre circle. Has Coman ahead of him, but just knocks it back to Kimmich instead to regain control. With just a couple of minutes stoppage time remaining now in this first half, goalless at Old Trafford. Upamecano finds Mazraoui. Forward by Kimmich. Upamecano gets it off Mazraoui and then plays it back to Neuer. Plays a first time pass out to the left hand side. Wasn't his best there, the German goalkeeper, but was dealt with by Davies, and then it's back to Neuer again, who knocks it long this time. And Sane able to knock the ball back into the path of Musiala, who finds Kimmich, who spreads the play. The ball out to the right hand side for Coman, up against Shaw again, and slips it through his legs for Kane inside the penalty area. Hits it first time, blocked by Amrabat. It's come back to Coman again on the right hand side. It's a difficult angle for Kane, but he fancied his chances of maybe putting Onana under pressure there. It's a good block by Amrabat to prevent the ball from getting that far. One packed by Manchester United now on the edge of their own penalty area by Bruno Fernandes, who gets the ball back again now from McTominay out on the right hand side and plays a ball down the wing for Højlund to chase. Is a little bit isolated, does have Antony arriving in support, but some really good defending by Kim Min-jae, who uses his strength to just knock him off the ball after making a good tackle initially. And really good play by the former Napoli defender as we enter the final minute of regulation time in the opening half of this contest. Upamecano has it now. Bayern and Manchester United not really creating too many chances here in this first half. As I mentioned already, most of Manchester United's games in the Champions League have been absolute thrillers with goals aplenty. They did grind out a 1-0 win against Copenhagen here, and they would absolutely love to repeat that feat here against Bayern Munich as Shaw goes into the challenge to deny Coman. And now Fernandes clips the ball forward looking for Højlund on the right hand side chases after it but can't keep it in play, and it will be a Bayern Munich throw as we enter stoppage time at the end of the first half. 3 minutes of that to come. Sane tries to turn away from Amrabat, but it's a slightly heavy touch, and Dalot exchanging passes with McTominay is dispossessed brilliantly by Alphonso Davies. He's given the ball to Musiala and set off on a run down the left-hand side, and he's very, very quick up against Amrabat. Holds it up well, gives it to Sane. Sane looking for Kane. Edge of the penalty area, shot is blocked again. Bruno Fernandes getting back to make the tackle this time. Really good challenge by the Manchester United captain, and they really needed him there as well. Now it's Kim Min-jae and Upamecano forward to Kane. Kane again looking to slip the pass in this time for Kimmich, who'd made the forward run. But Manchester United come away with the ball. It's with Garnacho, who has been to it by Mazraoui. Good challenge by the fullback, who now finds Kimmich. Kimmich holding it up and giving it to Goretzka. Gets it out wide to Alphonso Davies, despite the challenge from Antony. Back with Goretzka again. Kimmich once more. Out to the left for Davies. Held up by Alphonso Davies, who was just in an offside position anyway, so free kick to Manchester United. Half time in the game between FC Copenhagen and Galatasaray, and it is goalless, which is the result Manchester United want. They want a draw. That gives them a chance of finishing second, but they still have to win this game. Nothing too much to report in that game, really. A few attempts from both sides, but neither goalkeeper forced into a change, just one yellow card. So perhaps a little bit tentative and nervous from those two players, those two teams I should say, with so much at stake. The next goal in either of these two games changes everything, as the ball is sent forward by Bayern. We're just now looking to see out the final 40 seconds or so here in this first half. Dalot taking it forward, getting to the edge of the penalty area and still going. Tries to find Garnacho. There's a crucial touch there from Mazraoui. It's come to Shaw. He's already had one shot which stung the palms of Neuer. Now it's Dalot looking to get the cross in from the left-hand side. The ball is picked up by Harry Kane, who can't hold on to it this time. As Manchester United look for one last chance here in this first half. Bruno Fernandes down, but Garnacho continues. Tries to get the cross in. Coman will look to clear, but Shaw does really well to win that ball first. Forward by Varane, knocked down by Garnacho, but it's into the path of Kimmich, who finds Neuer, who will clear the ball long, out of play for a throw-in. No, that is going to be the half-time whistle. So Manchester United still very much in the group. It's been a bit of a cagey game here, not too many clear-cut chances, neither goalkeeper really called upon. Sane had a good chance that he mishit on the volley at the far post. There was a stinging long-range effort from Luke Shaw, comfortably held, or comfortably punched away by Manuel Neuer, but nothing really to choose between the two teams at the break, and it's all to play for in the second half at Old Trafford. It is goalless at half-time. Manchester United 0, Bayern Munich 0. Manchester United forced into a change at the break, or before the break I should say, with Harry Maguire picking up an injury and being replaced by Johnny Evans. And as the players prepare to get the second half underway, it's Aaron Wan-Bissaka who is also about to come on. Looks like he's going to be taking the place of Luke Shaw. And Shaw seemed to be struggling a little bit against Kingsley Coman on that left-hand side. Konrad Laimer is on for Bayern Munich as well, taking the place of Mazraoui. So both teams making those changes. And we're just about ready to get this second half underway now. Bruno Fernandes standing over the ball for Manchester United and knocks it all the way back to Andre Onana on the edge of the Manchester United penalty area. Long ball forward from the Manchester United goalkeeper. As Bayern win it back and drive forward with Leroy Sané. Looks to play in Kane down the right hand side, but really overhits his pass. And it goes out of play for a throw in. Kane with the thumbs up to his teammate for the intention. But it was a rather poorly executed pass in the end. So it does look like Manchester United have switched fullbacks. Well, obviously with Luke Shaw coming off and Wan-Bissaka coming on, it means that Diogo Dalot appears to have gone over to the left-hand side to play in that left-back position. As Højlund challenges Upamecano and gives away a free kick. And Kim Min-jae playing it forward again for Manchester United, but it's cut out very easily. And the former Napoli defender getting back for Bayern there and making the challenge to deny Anthony a chance of getting through on goal. Really well timed tackle from Kim Min-jae after a rather poor ball initially from him. Managed to redeem himself as the ball goes out of play for a Bayern throw deep in their own half. It's now with Leroy Sané for Bayern Munich. Amrabat wins it in the centre circle, and McTominay plays it forward for Højlund. It's beaten to it easily by Upamecano. Højlund, I think, felt that he was fouled there, but nothing given. Still goalless in the game between FC Copenhagen and Galatasaray. That is one, of course, that Manchester United need to keep a close eye on. They need to get the job done. At Old Trafford first. Anything other than a win, and there's no chance of them picking up that second Champions League spot. And it remains goalless for the time being. Moment, a rather rather frustrating game from a Manchester United perspective. Almost 5 minutes gone in the second half. It is still goalless at Old Trafford. And they come up with that all-important first goal in this game. Well taken forward now by Johnny Evans over the halfway line. And cleared out of play for a Manchester United throw. It's now with Varane. And played across for Evans. And carries it forward. He's got Wan-Bissaka out wide. It's one back though by Bayern Munich. Now with Kim Min-jae. Forward once more by Bayern Munich for Harry Kane. Tries a little pass into Goretzka, which doesn't quite come off. Amrabat able to intercept, and Kane makes the challenge. And back by Varane. And Bruno Fernandes. And back to Evans once again. McTominay playing the ball out to the left for Højlund too, so making a run into the penalty area. Cleared away by Bayern Munich. And some great skill from Kingsley Coman on the right hand side. It gets the better of Bruno Fernandes, and now Goretzka for Musiala, and Sane making the run, and Musiala almost picking him out, but brilliant defensive work by Aaron Wan-Bissaka to get there just ahead of him, slide in and intercept the ball, and then Bruno Fernandes is fouled and Manchester United will have a free kick. It's a good break initially from Bayern. Manchester United having looked dangerous. Coming forward again here with Anthony, tries a little back heel down the line, and then challenges Alphonso Davies and gives away a free kick. It's going to be a yellow card for Anthony as well. First booking of the game. Remains goalless in both games in Group A. Final match day. So much at stake. Neuer with the ball at his feet here. 8 minutes gone in the second half. And the ball just trickles out of play for a Manchester United throw. And now it's with Amrabat for Manchester United. Plays it back to Varane. Now it's with Evans. And Evans clipping the ball forward towards the edge of the penalty area, headed away by Upamecano, taking no chances. Alphonso Davies does brilliantly to keep the ball in play down by the corner flag, and Bayern hold on to the ball. And then it's almost given away by Kimmich, and then it is one back by Fernandes, who goes for goal and drags it wide of the post. That goal, had he scored it, would have given Manchester United second place in the group as things stand. But there is some news from the Parken Stadium that is not going to go down well at Old Trafford, and that is that Copenhagen have scored and they lead now, and they are, as things stand, going to claim that second spot. And it would also mean there is nothing Manchester United could do about it. So a big blow for the home side at Old Trafford as they continue to put pressure on Bayern Munich. They actually started this second half pretty well. Amrabat going into a challenge on Musiala and giving away a free kick. He was just a little bit late with it. Incidentally, as things stand, the point would still not be enough for Manchester United to claim third spot in the group. So if nothing changes from now to the end of the game in both games, Copenhagen would finish second, Galatasaray would take third place, and Manchester United will have no European football in the new year. Forward by Fernandes. And it's back with Bayern again, Kimmich. And then played all the way to Manuel Neuer, who gives it to Kim Min-jae. Carries it forward. And knocks it across to Goretzka, edge of the centre circle inside the Bayern half. Leaves it for Kimmich. Is played out to the right hand side. And Garnacho can't keep it in play. And his touch means that Bayern have a throw, and now Coman carrying it forward for Bayern Munich. Knocks it across for Musiala. And we're back closing down Kim Min-jae, who does well to get away from him and finds Alphonso Davies. Davies taking on Anthony and beating him, and then knocking the ball past Aaron Wan-Bissaka, but couldn't find Sané. Now it's with Fernandes, edge of the Manchester United penalty area. Played out to the left hand side for Garnacho, who fighting hard to keep the ball. As things stand, Manchester United are heading out of Europe altogether. The ball is won back by Garnacho now. And carried it forward, but then gave it away as Musiala comes forward for Bayern Munich now. He's got Sané out to his left, might go on his own. Looks for Leroy Sané, just couldn't get it under control, and it trickles out of play. And a really good burst again from Bayern Munich. Musiala, just a slightly heavy touch on the pass, and the ball ran out of play. Ball now at the feet of Andre Onana, the Manchester United goalkeeper, who sends it forward for Højlund to hold up. He does well and finds Anthony out on the right-hand side. It's up against Upamecano with Davis yet to come back, and now it's come to McTominay, edge of the penalty area, couldn't get the shot away, and then couldn't find Garnacho either. Just for a moment it looked as though it might open up for Scott McTominay to have a shot. And he has scored some big goals this season for club and country. But denied on this occasion. And it remains goalless at Old Trafford. And what can they do? Manchester United to give themselves hope again. All is now with Kim Min-jae. And Goretzka. And Musiala carries it forward, and he's caught by Amrabat, who is going to pick up a yellow card here. Clipping the heels of Musiala as he ran away. And Bayern Munich have a free kick. Change the course of this match. Need something pretty big to happen here. Manchester United, and they need a helping hand from Galatasaray, as well as finding a way to win this game. That's their first priority. Meccano has it now. Coman picks it up for Bayern Munich on the right hand side rather, and plays the ball all the way back to Manuel Neuer. And Bayern with some slightly risky passing in front of the penalty area, have managed to get it away now. It's picked up by Coman. Does really well to find Musiala up against McTominay. Musiala carrying the ball forward. And it's going to come to Harry Kane on the edge of the penalty area. Lays it off for Kimmich, who hits it first time, but high over the crossbar. And no joy for Bayern Munich. It was a pretty well worked move until that crucial moment. And he just didn't get the contact he was looking for there. Kimmich. Never really troubling Manchester United. An ambitious attempt. Bayern Munich. Know that a goal ends Manchester United's hope of any European football in the new year. This game doesn't really matter to them. They of course want to come and get a good result at Old Trafford, especially after that defeat at the weekend. Hammering at the hands of Frankfurt. A really surprising defeat. It has been a pretty even contest so far. Manchester United have had to rejig their back four. Dallo now playing at left back, of course, after Shaw was taken off at half-time, and that it was after Harry Maguire picked up an injury which saw Johnny Evans come on. I'm not entirely sure whether Shaw was injured at half-time or whether it was a tactical change from Erik ten Hag. Maybe felt that Aaron Wan-Bissaka defensively had plenty to offer on that right-hand side, up against Alphonso Davies, maybe in particular with his pace. So it may well have been a tactical adjustment from Erik ten Hag on a night where they maybe need someone to come up with a goal. There's been defensive changes so far from Erik ten Hag, and will he look to make alterations in the forward areas? Garnacho, Anthony and Højlund haven't really been able to create much so far. They've been a bit limited in terms of what they can do. Bayern certainly look more dangerous when they do get forward. Kane now laying the ball off for Kimmich, who tries to slip in Coman on the right hand side, but Onana comes out and claims the ball comfortably inside his own penalty area. And we are 20 minutes into the second half, and it remains 0-0. Garnacho holding off the challenge to find Fernandes on the halfway line, carries it forward and gives it back to Garnacho, up against Kimmich on that left hand side now. Closed down comfortably by Bayern Munich. And the ball is back with Varane. Now Evans. And back to Varane again. Bruno Fernandes. Change on the way for Bayern Munich now. It's Thomas Müller who is going to come on. It's Jamal Musiala who'll make way. Shown little flashes of what he can do. Back in the side today. The final quarter of the game is going to see the experienced German international take his place. Munich's second change of the night. Remains goalless at Old Trafford and 1-0 in Copenhagen. Manchester United heading out of Europe as things stand. Bayern already through. Copenhagen will be joining them in the latter stages of the Champions League. And Galatasaray will head to the Europa League. Bayern on the move again down the right hand side. It's now with Kane, looking to switch the play, which he does, and finds Sané on the left hand side. Just leaves the ball behind, allows Wan-Bissaka to tidy up for Manchester United. Anthony then playing the ball back to Onana, under a bit of pressure from Kane, and clips the ball forward and out of play for a Bayern Munich throw. It's been taken quickly by Alphonso Davies back towards Upamecano. Upamecano then finding Kimmich. And back with Upamecano once more. Kimmich turns on the halfway line, is able to carry it forward. Gives it to Kane. Müller just ahead of him, gives it back to Kimmich though, and goes out to the right hand side. Forward again by Upamecano. And back to him from Goretzka, who now finds Kim Min-jae. Comfortable controlled possession here for Bayern Munich. It's going to make its way all the way back to Manuel Neuer. Picked up by Kimmich again, forward by Upamecano. Now Muller, allowed space to turn. Bayern still moving forward here. Muller has it on the left hand side. Held up by Goretzka. And then Muller winning a throw in. Bruno Fernandes trying to take it for Manchester United. He's not happy with the decision made by the referee. Davies throws it in quickly for Goretzka. Now it's with Kimmich. Coman now on the right hand side. Little exchange of passes with Muller, just about keeps the move alive here for Bayern Munich. Now Goretzka with the ball in to Kane, who slips in. Coman, who finishes well. Is he offside? Well, the flag has stayed down for now, but Bayern Munich may well have the goal that puts them ahead here at Old Trafford. Potentially a huge blow for Erik Ten Hag and Manchester United. The only hope remains is that Kingsley Coman was just offside. Goretzka involved in the move. The ball fell to Harry Kane, but he played a first time pass beautifully with the outside of his foot. Just a simple little touch into the centre of the penalty area. It's a perfectly timed run by Coman. There's no question at all. He's completely and comfortably onside. And Kingsley Coman left one-on-one with Onana and beat him from 8 or 9 yards out. Lovely pass from Kane. Another goal involvement for the England captain, who's really enjoying life at Bayern Munich. Gets the assist for the goal that has given Bayern the lead at Manchester United. And may well completely end United's time in Europe this season. No change in Copenhagen as things stand. They lead Galatasaray by a 1-0. Which should leave the Turkish team in third place, a point clear of Manchester United. Really anything less than a win. And Manchester United's European hopes are over. Ball played back to Onana. Manchester United really have to go for it here, and Onana's played a lovely ball over the top, but it's a slightly heavy touch from Diogo Dalot, who overruns it, and Manuel Neuer picks it up. It's a little bit of a coming together between Dalot and Neuer. Nothing too serious. The Bayern goalkeeper back on his feet straight away. It was a brilliant ball over the top from Onana to the edge of the penalty area, where Dalot had timed his run brilliantly. Maybe not the player they wanted in that situation. His first touch, just taking the ball away. And it allowed the goalkeeper to gather it in. Manchester United now are about to make a change or two, it would seem. Bayern might be forced into one as well. It's Kingsley Coman, the goal scorer, needing treatment at the moment. 17 minutes to play. Facundo Pellistri and Hannibal Mejri about to come on for Manchester United. We've made 2 changes already. 2 more on the way here. And Garnacho is going to be making way. And I think it's Anthony as well who comes off, so the 2 wide players being replaced here. Fresh legs and energy required here for Erik Ten Hag. And for Manchester United, now going to get the game back underway following that challenge by Dalot on Neuer as he tried to atone for his heavy touch, which almost had Manchester United in on goal for a brilliant ball over the top from Onana. But it's Bayern Munich who lead, courtesy of Kingsley Coman. And as Neuer plays the ball forward and Harry Kane picks it up again, and he's played in Muller, who's got space to run into. The ball has found its way back to Kane now. Leaves it for Goretzka. Now with Davis. And Davis to Upamecano. Munich still have possession in Manchester United territory and have complete control of the game at the moment. It's with Davis now on the left hand side, looking to take on Pellistri. Plays it back for Kim Min-jae, and back once again to Upamecano inside the centre circle. Forward now for Muller, who holds it up. Kane makes his way into the penalty area. Muller playing it backwards. And there's going to be a change now for Bayern Munich. Kingsley Coman, the goal scorer, looks like he is being forced to come off here. And Matthias Tell, player who is on in his place. So Tell becomes the 3rd change for Bayern. And Thomas Müller and Leimer have also come on. Manchester United looking to get forward again here. Long ball looking for Pellistri. It's gone out of play for a throw. Taken by Davis. And back by Amrabat, but unfairly. Challenge on Harry Kane. Bayern on the move here with Tell, looking to slip the ball in for Sané. Made a run into the penalty area. Hannibal Mejri challenging for it. As the ball is played back to Manuel Neuer, under pressure from Mejri. He gives it to Upamecano, who's under pressure from Højlund, and the defender firing it against the Dane to win his team a throw-in. Still 1-0 to Bayern Munich as Bruno Fernandes finds Dalot on the left hand side. Deflected cross, which will be gathered easily by Neuer. Upamecano getting the block in to prevent that cross from really causing Neuer any kind of issues in the end. As Neuer launches it long for Alphonso Davies. Manchester United now look to make their final change of the evening. And it's going to be Raphael Varane to make way for Kobbie Mainoo, a youngster who has just started to establish himself in the first team. He's had some pretty complimentary reviews for some of his performances so far, particularly in a win over Everton recently. Just over 10 minutes to go. Manchester United need a couple of really big moments. Lima with the clearance for Bayern. It's going to come to Tell, who is challenged by both Bruno Fernandes and Kobbie Mainoo. A fair challenge in the eyes of the referee, which has left Tell down on the ground. Just a little break in play here. And back underway now as Kane holds the ball up and it's played down towards Muller on the right hand side, who goes to ground under the challenge from Dalot and wins a free kick. Dalot not happy with the decision. 9 minutes plus stoppage time remaining here for Manchester United to try and turn things around, salvage their European season. Copenhagen currently on their way to the last 16 of the Champions League. Free kick comes in, it's a really good one as well. Delivered into the penalty area, Kim Min-jae gets a shot away and it's blocked by Johnny Evans. And it will be a Bayern Munich corner. Ball sent in from the right hand side. Evans initially got the first clearance, it didn't get too far. Eventually the ball falling to Kim Min-jae, fired it against the Northern Irish defender. Bayern have a corner to be taken by Kimmich. Long range effort from Luke Shaw, comfortably held, ball comfortably punched away by Manuel Neuer, but nothing really wide of the post. He was given so much time there, Harry Kane, and given his ability, it's a little surprised that he didn't at least test Onana. Almost found the top corner, it wasn't far away at all. 4 goals in the Champions League so far for Harry Kane. Well, it's been a pretty remarkable first season at Bayern Munich. 18 goals in the league and 13 appearances, 4 in 5 in the Champions League, total of 22 goals. And this is his 20th game for the club. A little bit of work to do in the league for Bayern Munich to get themselves back near the top of the table. Defeat on Friday damaged those hopes for the time being. And there's a long way to go, and they'll be confident of securing another title, no doubt, but Bundesliga has certainly been made very interesting at the moment. Bayer Leverkusen currently leading the way with 4 points between them and Bayern Munich, albeit Bayern do have a game in hand. And they can cut that gap to just one. They have only lost once this season, that defeat to Eintracht Frankfurt on Saturday I should say. Really quite a big shot, 5-1. First league defeat of the season. They'd drawn 2 prior to that. In Champions League, 4 wins, 1 draw. Coming into tonight's game, and they are on course for another victory here with just over 5 minutes remaining. As Lima battles with Evans down by the corner flag. And Manchester United eventually win a throw on the left-hand side, level with the edge of the penalty area. Incidentally, Manchester United's next game is against West Ham on Saturday, lunchtime, the early kick-off. Big game for them. Big game for West Ham as well after a couple of disappointing defeats. Manchester United still clinging on to hope. They're starting to require a really big miracle now. They need Galatasaray to score, and they themselves need to score twice. That's the only way they're going into the knockout phase of the Champions League. And they would need a win just to get into the Europa League as things stand as well. That's the only thing they can control. If they win this game, as things stand, once again, they would finish third, but there's still a little way to go in that FC Copenhagen game. There is still a chance that Galatasaray will get a draw there and give Manchester United hope. There are only 4 minutes of regulation time left at Old Trafford for Manchester United to start the miraculous comeback. They have previous in this tournament. And that was a very different Manchester United. And the looks at the moment against this very experienced Bayern team with a huge amount of quality. And Erik Ten Hag's side, they're going to come unstuck, and there was nearly a breakaway there for Bayern, but the referee pulling it back for a free kick. Bruno Fernandes playing it forward and giving it away to Goretzka, who has knocked the ball into acres of space down the right-hand side for Muller to chase. Onana is there comfortably ahead of him and finds Amrabat. And Manchester United are running out of time. And in the other game, FC Copenhagen are into stoppage time with a 1-0 lead. 4 minutes have been added on there. They've played almost one of those. Manchester United have a free kick in a decent position. 15 metres or so from the edge of the Bayern penalty area to the right, with the Fernandes standing over the ball, clips it into the penalty area, headed down by Evans and cleared away by Goretzka. As Amrabat plays it forward for Dalot. Dalot checks onto his right foot, ball into the penalty area, headed away by Upamecano. They'll go out for a throw for Manchester United, still deep in Bayern territory. They can keep the pressure up, but they need a goal, and they need it quickly. Less than 2 minutes remain of regulation time. Bruno Fernandes finding Amrabat. then Amrabat playing it forward for Johnny Evans. Evans to Pellistri down the right-hand side here. Cuts in field, takes on Kimmich and beats him. And plays it across to Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes finds Hannibal Mejri. Out to Dalot on the left. He cuts inside as well. No way through, and then turns to play the ball to Mejri, who started making a run. The ball went behind him. Out of play for a throw, and that kind of sums up Manchester United's evening so far. No joy at all at the moment. We are into the final minute of the 90. It is going to be another Bayern Munich change. Leroy Sané is going to be replaced by Rafael Guerreiro for the final few minutes here. I don't think it'll be a huge amount of stoppage time for Manchester United to try and turn things around here. They haven't really been delayed too often other than by substitutions here in the second half, so they're not going to get a big chunk of time to find a couple of goals in. We'll get the confirmation any second now of how much there will be. 5 minutes is the time signalled. That is how long they have to try and keep their European campaign alive. FC Copenhagen are closing in on the win. They look like they're heading for the Champions League knockout stages. It's with Bruno Fernandes here. Plays it into the penalty area, takes a big deflection. It's gone behind for a corner. All is not lost yet for Manchester United. Those famous late goals in the Champions League final against Bayern Munich. Of course, in 1999, very different circumstances here, a very different team as well. That faint hope is all that Manchester United can cling to here, and it seems that that won't be enough. In fact, it will not be enough, because FC Copenhagen have got the win. They've just beaten Galatasaray, and they are into the knockout phase. Manchester United now need to win just to get into the Europa League, as the cross comes in from Bruno Fernandes. It's going to be hooked back into the penalty area now by Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Bruno Fernandes keeping it alive, finding Evans, who gets the better of Kane initially, and then it comes to Dalot, who looks to get his cross in from deep on the left-hand side. It's charged down by Harry Kane, and the ball is picked up by Onana deep in the... well, actually close to the centre circle, or close to the halfway line rather, for Manchester United. And he manages to get past Harry Kane. Now it's with Højlund and Dalot coming forward. Bruno Fernandes sending the ball into the penalty area. It's going to fall to Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who's challenged and dispossessed by Goretzka. And then the ball played into the middle for Matthias Tell, and he's got Harry Kane ahead of him. He's also got Rafael Guerreiro, who picks it up here, edge of the penalty area. Manchester United getting players back. Tell again up against Mejri. And now a sea of red shirts between the ball and Manchester United's goal. Don't worry Bayern too much. They can keep hold of possession here. Lima now carrying it forward. Gives it to Muller. Now it's with Goretzka. Kobe Mainu with the ball forward for Manchester United and finding Hannibal Mejri. And then a foul by Lima. Free kick to Manchester United. 2 minutes of stoppage time remaining. Manchester United out of the Champions League, that much is certain. Seemingly heading out of Europe altogether. That is on the brink of being confirmed. 90 seconds away. The full-time whistle here. Thomas Tuchel will be desperate for a Bayern Munich win to bounce back from the disappointment of Saturday. They head back into league action on Sunday when they welcome Stuttgart to Munich. Stuttgart were going pretty well there, actually just a point behind Bayern in the league table, so it's another huge game. This one not really of any consequence to them, but they wanted to come here and put in a performance, and the team selection suggests that Thomas Tuchel has taken this very seriously. As Neuer clears long, it's flicked on by Højlund, it's going to bounce into the arms of Manuel Neuer, and he will just take his time as he launches it out to the right hand side, carried forward by Lima. Now it's with Alphonso Davies and Tell. 5 minutes are up. A little look at the watch from the referee, and there is the full-time whistle. Manchester United out of Europe, bottom of Group A, as Bayern pick up another win after dropping just 2 points in their group campaign. It's the end of United's European adventure for the season, and Kingsley Coman's goal, the difference in the end. Copenhagen through to the knockout stage, with Galatasaray heading to the Europa League, but it is Manchester United who miss out altogether, finishing bottom of the group. They've been beaten at Old Trafford by Bayern Munich by 1 goal to